Taylor Swift fans predict split from Travis Kelce is imminent following his red flag-worthy outburst at Super Bowl, as pals voice concern over undignified and classless rant. Taylor Swift's fans have claimed she is set to split with her boyfriend Travis Kelce following his shock outburst at Sunday night's Super Bowl. The Shake It Off hitmaker, 34, watched on avidly as the sportsman, also 34, and his team the Kansas City Chiefs beat the San Francisco 49ers 25-22. However, Travis hit headlines for all the wrong reasons during an explosive rant. The football tight end stunned fans during the Super Bowl game when he erupted at his Kansas City coach Andy Reid, 65, before pushing into him after his teammate, Isaiah Pacheco, fumbled a pass made by quarterback Patrick Mahomes. In the wake of the outburst, fans flooded Twitter to pen, "Everyone's thinking it, I'm just saying it." Travis Kelce's angry outburst towards his coach has Taylor Swift fans going nuts, with his apparent anger issues and her long list of ex-boyfriends. "I'm guessing they will split before the end of summer if not sooner. Am I wrong? What a disgrace. He has shown his AXX today again." This display of immaturity along with the outburst with Andy Reid reveals his obnoxious behavior. Grow up, Travis. Taylor Swift should quickly run away from you. You don't deserve her. After that last outburst, we know Taylor's next album after her and Travis break up is going to be interesting. Yes. Travis' outburst to his boss was unacceptable. Never treat the coach that way. Angry, classless, red flag for Taylor Swift. If you still think Travis Kelce is a good match for Taylor Swift after that outburst of screaming aggression, I feel like you're underestimating what Taylor Swift deserves, or what any woman deserves. The Twitter reaction comes after the star's friends were left concerned in the wake of the shock sideline meltdown, according to insiders, who claim it marked the first red flag they had spotted since the couple started dating. Not only did he erupt at Andy, but also pushed into him after his teammate, Isaiah Pacheco. He was pulled away by Jared McKinnon in a desperate bid to break up the heated altercation. Sources told Mail Online. Honestly, Travis yelling at Coach Reid like that was surprising and a little bit concerning to Taylor's friends simply because they were not aware that he even had a side to him like that. The source added, "They understand that it's the biggest game of the year and that there is a lot at stake, but Travis is a pro and should have handled himself with a bit more dignity than to scream at his coach like that." This was his first red flag as far as Taylor's friends are concerned, and even Taylor seemed a bit surprised. Being the professional that she is, she has never flipped out on anyone like that. The insider explained that the outburst was made worse by the fact the singer's entire family were there to witness it. They continued, "Her family was there and all of her friends. He knew this. Travis should have been able to keep his cool better. That kind of shouting would be a breaking point for some people in relationships." After the game, Kelce told the media that his rage was down to the fact that he wanted the score to be different. "He's one of the best leaders of men I've ever seen in my life," he said of Andy. "And he's helped me a lot with that, with channeling that emotion, with channeling that passion. I owe my entire career to that guy and being able to kind of control how emotional I get and just love him." Andy later told ESPN that Travis embraced him after the victory. "He came over and gave me a hug, said, 'Sorry about that.' He just wants to be on the field and he wants to play. There's nobody I get better than I get him. He makes me feel young." Taylor Swift donates $100,000 to family of mom killed during Chiefs parade shooting. Taylor Swift donated $100,000 to the family of a woman who was fatally shot during the Chiefs Super Bowl parade in Kansas City this week. The All Too Well performer contributed to the GoFundMe with 2 installments of $50,000 and wrote, "Sending my deepest sympathies and condolences in the wake of your devastating loss. With love, Taylor Swift." The fundraiser, which has been set up to benefit Lisa Lopez Galvan's family, had a goal of $75,000 but already has raised more than $176,000. Lisa was celebrating the Chiefs' Super Bowl victory parade when senselessly killed. She is survived by 2 children and her husband of 22 years, the GoFundMe description reads. "She was an amazing mother, wife, daughter, sister, aunt, cousin, and friend to so many. We ask that you continue to keep her family in your prayers as we grieve the loss of her life." At least 22 people were shot during Wednesday's parade, and among the injured were 11 children. As the shooting unfolded, Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce could be seen being whisked into an unmarked car by police officers. However, hours later, a drunken Kelce continued partying despite the tragedy that had unfolded. The NFL star, quarterback Patrick Mahomes and other teammates were spotted snapping selfies with cops before making their way inside a local restaurant where they hosted a dinner party, which has sparked fury from fans. A photo from inside soirée shows Kelce and Mahomes' wife, Brittany, beaming alongside other players despite the tragedy that occurred earlier in the day. In the immediate aftermath of the grisly shooting, however, the athlete expressed his love for his home city.
"I am heartbroken over the tragedy that took place today. My heart is with all who came out to celebrate with us and have been affected. KC, you mean the world to me," the tight end wrote on X.
Taylor Swift donates $100,000 to family of Kansas City Chiefs parade shooting victim. Lisa Lopez Galvin was killed at victory parade for Super Bowl winning football team that includes Swift's boyfriend Travis Kelce. Taylor Swift has donated $100,000, £79,000, to the family of Lisa Lopez Galvin, who was killed in a mass shooting at a parade for Super Bowl winning football team Kansas City Chiefs. The singer, whose boyfriend Travis Kelce plays for the team, made two $50,000 donations and wrote, "Sending my deepest sympathies and condolences in the wake of your devastating loss." A representative for Swift confirmed to Variety that the donations were genuine. The fund was set up to provide vital financial support to the family of radio DJ Lopez Galvin as they process this unthinkable tragedy. She is survived by her husband and 2 children. 21 others were injured in the attack, more than half of them under the age of 16 and many of them with life-threatening injuries. Staff at the city's University Hospital, one of 3 receiving patients, said on Thursday that of the 8 they received, 3 were discharged, 1 was in a stable condition, and 2 were in a critical condition but improving. Kansas City Police Chief Stacey Graves said the shooting had no nexus to terrorism or homegrown violent extremism, was not targeting the parade itself, and appeared to be a dispute between several people that ended in gunfire. 3 people were arrested, and 2 teenage children remain in custody. Kansas City Chiefs said in a statement that they were truly saddened by the senseless act of violence, while Kelce said he was heartbroken over the tragedy. Swift has made numerous financial donations over the years, including $1 million for tornado relief efforts in her native Nashville in 2020. She is currently performing in Australia on her record-breaking Eras tour. In August she gave around $5 million in bonuses to the team of truck drivers working on the tour. Relationship coach says Taylor Swift should be concerned about Travis Kelce's sideline outburst. Travis Kelce admitted he took it too far with his sideline outburst against Andy Reid during the Super Bowl, but an expert says it could still lead to trouble in his relationship. The Kansas City Chiefs star tight end quickly became the talk of the night when he screamed in the face of his head coach. The incident occurred shortly after an Isaiah Pacheco fumble in the first half while Kelce was not on the field. Kelce ran over to Reid and gave him an earful, appearing to grab his arm and bump him in the process before Jerick McKinnon stepped between them. Both downplayed the incident immediately following the game. However, a marriage and relationship coach says Kelce's reaction was troubling. Dr. Jackie Del Rosario says, "It made the makings of trouble, and that his girlfriend, pop star Taylor Swift, should make note of what he did. Looking at the clip, we can't necessarily say he is a toxic partner, but we can say there are certain things we need to be concerned about," she told Fox News Digital in a recent interview. Del Rosario said she understood, it is the Super Bowl, and emotions run high, a similar sentiment Tom Brady had, but it did show how Kelce handles conflict, and that the writing is on the wall. This is something that you do take notice of in a relationship. As someone that's more emotionally mature, you're able to handle yourself regardless of what the scenario is. So, I'm glad they're giving him a pass, but if I'm Taylor, I'm making a note like, whoa.
After the game, the two shared a kiss and exchanged heartfelt messages to one another, so, it's obvious the two at least like each other. But like is not enough, Del Rosario said. One of the things when you're in love and in a committed relationship, you might not like the person very much, but you need to be able to respect who they are and how they show up. I just feel like the outburst was a little over the top, and I just felt that it lacked respect. But I understand it's the Super Bowl. But I'd be very careful to observe what happens next.
Del Rosario brought up one all-time great who she says never showed up his coach in a public setting. I was a strong fan of Michael Jordan. I always thought he handled himself with class and respect, she says. I've never seen him. I'm sure there were times that he had conversations, but it was an appropriate place and time. I have not ever seen him on the court with cameras all over in his coach's face. So, that speaks to that individual, and it changed the way I thought about him as an individual. There's also this type of pattern among football players, she says.
Because it is a violent sport. And we're talking about domestic violence. Same thing with people in the military field or law enforcement. I think that tendency towards the rage and the violence can have some organic basis as well.
But with the rant, Kelce showed his true colors, Del Rosario says. He showed himself, she said. He showed his ugly undercarriage. And we all have those moments. It's those aspects about ourselves that we don't want on display because we're not proud of it. He just needs to do the work. If you don't like the way it works or the way it sounds, just do the work. He needs to work on how to control this anger or rage. He needs to look at how does he show respect to others and how does he expect it back as well. Kelce caught 9 passes for 93 yards in the victory over the San Francisco 49ers.